Hi, I'm Zach.
And this is the very 19th episode of In the Zone. We've been up for about 60 hours now just doing Twilight Zone, In the Zone, Twilight Zone, In the Zone with various food breaks. It's been horrible.
Actually,
that's why we have the same clothes. This episode that we're discussing today is called The Purple Testament. And so you can watch it on Netflix, Hulu, IMDb, before we spoil the whole plot. So you can kind of compare what you thought of the episode with what we thought of the episode.
So you can compare your opinion to the facts.
What?
That took you a second. So you can compare your opinion to the facts.
Oh, I get it! Yeah, because we're right. So
that took you a while.
So we're going to start going through the plot. Bah! There's a bomb and goes, whew! It looks like fireworks. Probably is. And there's all this violence, all this war. Just some war.
Pretty much like the setting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's 1945.
For the record, 2 consecutive World War episodes. Oh, look, the camera alone.
Can you please be a little bit quieter?
The camera alone, I can do obnoxious things.
Alright. Whoa. Okay. This is what happens if I leave the show. This is why I'm on every episode of In the Zone. You've always wanted to know why, huh? Well, this is why. Oh my gosh. So it's 1945, and so these guys are coming back to headquarters in this car from battle. So while Rod Serling is doing his intro, it shows all these people getting out of the car, and then as this one guy is getting out of the car, it freezes, and then it shows him fades to black. We never see him again. Super misleading.
Yeah. It was like the number 14.
15.
15?
Yeah.
It was 15.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of, yeah.
Misleading fade to black shots.
Yes, exactly. Yes. They have a weird emphasis on that, and I thought it was going to be important, but no. So they're like, who'd we lose? And they have 10 to 12 wounded and 4 dead. So a guy walks in, Fitz, and he's like, hey, and these are the names of them. And then he gets out of the conversation again.
And wait, actually, who was the actor? Who's the actor?
The actor that you recognize?
Yeah.
That was Dick York. He played Phil.
And he also played Bert Cates in some Inherit the Wind thing. I just watched that. So, he invited the guy
Fitz into a drink
for alcohol
into his tent. And so Phil was like, so anything special about those guys who died? Because you seem to be taking this harder than usual. Why?
Because sometimes they're 8 and 12.
Right. He says they're under 21. And he's like, well, that's normal. Why? Come on, tell me, man. What's the gag? And so Fitz pulls out this list, and it's the name of the people, and he's like, I wrote this down yesterday. I predicted the people who would die because I looked into their faces, and these 4 men, well, something different about them, some indescribable kind of light. Phil is like, this guy, this crazy kook. So he goes over to the medical officer,
and he's like,
hey, maybe
kind of did a little.
So maybe you should check up on him. And he's like, well, he's up visiting someone right now. And so then we show them. And so there's this wounded guy who's smoking up a cigar.
There's a lot of smoking in this episode.
There's a lot of smoking in the Twilight Zone.
And glass breaking.
Yeah. Woo! A lot of use of the term, how's that? Have you heard that a lot? A lot of the Twilight Zone, they say, how's that?
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, they're talking, and so then Fitz sees the light on the guy's face, and it's very describable. I mean, I don't know why he was having a hard time. It's very, their face gets lighter. And so,
yeah.
So then Fitz
and then,
faints.
the camera sort of shakes because the special effects are not that good.
And so then he comes to, and the guy's dead. And so then Fitz is talking to Phil about it, and he's like, that's right, that's 5 out of 5. I'm
5 to 5, how many coincidences does it take to make a fact?
And he's like, I can't explain it, I just want you to believe it, that's all. And then he tells the officer that, the medical officer, that Mr. Gunther, he tells him that also. But the officer doesn't believe him. But he's like, oh my gosh, I'm 5 out of 5, I don't want to look at any more faces! Wow!
Put tape over my eyes, poke my eyes out, do anything.
Boink, boink, boink. Then it's fade to black. Then Phil is telling some boring thing about how they have some boring war
leading
stuff.
the attack thing.
Yeah,
and then he looks at Phil, and he sees in Phil the very describable light of death.
Wow!
And Phil's like, shut the heck up, this is fake.
Yeah.
But then he takes out his ring and he takes out photos
of his children.
And it's all a very emotional moment.
Like, so, yeah, because at first he denied it, but he's like, maybe he's right, because he's 5 out of 5. Which is very cool, because it's something where it's like, when you get down to it, he's probably right, even though it doesn't seem like it makes sense.
This is a common theme in Twilight Zone. They're right, but it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. Yeah. When Fitz leaves the tent, all these people are like, and this is very realistic. It's very cool this time, how people are like, can you see it? Can you see it in me? Can you see it in me? And this guy's like, it's just a gag. Oh, Phil, actually. He's like, it's a gag.
And then Fitz looks very slowly around the room. Yeah, it's just a gag.
Yeah, just a gag.
Not suspicious at all.
So that's also a common phrase in the Twilight Zone. This is some kind of a gag. So then there's more war footage. Then these cars come back. And this guy is like talking to Fitz and he's like, we did pretty well, only one man died. And then he looks at the photos. He's like, yep, it was Phil. And they're like, bummer. And then the guy who was telling him about the what happened, he gives us the big line, war stinks.
And he's fat, which I noted right there.
Well, you're mean, as we've learned.
That was
all right. Be quiet. You're ahead. Dang it. This is the 12. No, not again.
No, I'm not.
Why I ought to. Dang it. Whatever.
I am apologetic for my sins.
Don't touch it. Twice in 3 episodes. So then this guy's like, hey, Captain Gunther wants to see you. Says something dumb and inconsequential, doesn't matter. So then he's like, alright, I'll be there. And then, surprise, surprise, Fitz sees, he looks at a mirror, sees his reflection, mirror falls, glass break. Pow!
We were in a bit of a drought.
But now we're getting back up. It was like, he gets in the car, and this guy's like, hey, this driver here is the most careful driver in the U.S. Army. Watch out for those mines! And he said,
oh, you shouldn't be okay. You shouldn't.
And he's like, well, I think we've got about a 4-hour ride ahead of us. And Fitz
looks at his face, and then the phone rings.
He looks at the driver's face, and he sees Steph, and he's like, I doubt it. And then they drive off.
And then some guy plays a mouth organ.
Yeah. So then we're back to the headquarters. And so this guy's playing the harmonica, and this other guy's like, you played good! And then he goes, with one arm. No, he doesn't say with, he just says, one arm, because he has one arm, and then he plays.
It was kind of a little bit fishing for sympathy.
It was kind of the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It was the worst filler. It was like such bad acting. It was so uncomfortable. So anyways, big explosion.
Was that thunder?
Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, well, it was probably thunder. Okay, the end. What did you think?
Ooh. Let's see. I'd rather watch it than sleep.
Me too.
But probably if I was about to sleep, it would have scared me a little bit. It kind of had a creepy effect to it.
Pretty creepy. I thought, what did you think of the acting? Yeah, it was very fine.
The acting is not going to affect the rating. It was not acted well or
right,
exactly.
Poorly.
Except maybe like that bad acting filler.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to include that in my rating because I just don't want to even think about it.
Okay.
And it's not that big of a deal. It was, because I think the funniness of how dumb it was outweighed how dumb it was.
Okay. Like the fever. That's the only reason that it wasn't historically bad.
Yeah. Do you have a number in your mind?
Yes.
What?
I do have a number in my mind.
Okay, what number are you going to give this episode?
Oh.
From 0 to 10. I don't think we're going to have a 0 in this series. We might have a 0 later. We'll see. That would be fun. Alright.
You have to give me first. Your rating will influence my rating because of peer pressure.
So, the last flight I gave a 7 to. And I think that, this is about the same. Maybe a little bit better. The problem I have with it is that the twist of him seeing himself, his own death in the mirror, seemed pretty predictable to me. But I thought it was quite good. I thought the vibe was very good. And it seemed kind of realistic for what would have happened if this happened.
Yeah, it was taken realistically.
Yeah, I'm either, gonna give it a 7.5 or an 8.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Oh boy, this is difficult. Because I've given an 8 to a couple of things. I've given it to I shot an arrow into the air. I think this is up there. This is a good one. I'm gonna give it an 8.
And I give an 8 to the last one. Let's see.
How does it compare?
I don't know. I'd say that they're hard to compare. I definitely approved of the different type of narration. Last time it was like all talking, but this time like we got some death too.
Yeah. Think out loud.
Give me the final Jeopardy song while I think.
All right, this has happened before in the zone, like towards me. Bum 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 bum.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But like I'm known for giving stingy ratings, so I don't know.
What you just do what your heart
I
desires.
gave 2 stingy ratings, but now I feel pressured by them. Actually, I gave 2 totally exact ratings. That
Yeah,
just happened
exactly.
To be on terrible
Yeah, you're just
episodes.
right.
Okay, keep up with the Jeopardy song.
Bum 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 bum. Wop wah 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 ba 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 bum bo bum ba ba ba. Woo!
And I have thought, and I have come to the decision that I need another Jeopardy song.
Bum bum. Okay,
No,
yeah,
stop.
usually hard to think while that's going on.
8.5.
8.5, and that is the Purple Testament. Next episode, we'll be talking about one that I really hate. It's called Elegy.
You asked me. I asked you. Do you think any episode will be worse than Third from the Sun? And you said.
Did I say Elegy?
You said Elegy.
Oh, exciting! We'll see you then.